Give the acid catalyzed mechanism the formation of the ester given below. Formation. So this is the product. Okay, so which means we need to figure out what the starting material is for us to get started. Now looking at this ester, a cyclic ester is called a lactone, right? So we can also call it a lactone. So same thing. All right, and so this is a lactone. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what's going on here, which means that the alcohol and the acid are in the same compound. Okay, so it's an internal cyclization. So internal cyclization means 1, 2, 3, 4. My base chain is going to be 4 carbons. 4 carbons, I have to have an acid, of course, and on the 4th carbon, I'm going to have the alcohol. So you kind of just break it right there. Okay, that's how you know where to break this. So you can't get rid of any carbons, okay, obviously, because if your chain is like that, your compound has 4 carbons, you have to have 4 carbons, okay, to begin with. So that's the compound we're starting with. So let's go ahead and get started, okay, with our formation of this. So which means if we don't have this compound, we have nothing. Okay, so I'm going to write it again. OH, OH, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have OH here. Remember always that when you're doing these kind of mechanism with carbonyls and acidic mechanism, your carbonyl oxygen is the one that gets protonated. So OH, OH here, and then OH here. Okay, gosh, too many OHs, right? Okay, so then now we have to do the cyclization step. Okay, and in this case, here we go. That attacks the oxygen. Oxonium ion gets relieved. And I'm going to go ahead and write it out as it is first, and then I will, of course, switch it around. So OH, and then this is the oxygen right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you formed a bond right there, okay, which is pretty awkward looking stuff. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one, of course, is the oxygen. That's the 5-member drink, okay, that we have. So this is equivalent to, here we go, not that, obviously not that, because we're not there yet, right? So we have the 5-member ring in which we have the oxygen right here, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th one, that's the oxygen, oxonium ion. On the 4th one, we have the 2 OHs. And now our OHs are completely messed up. Okay, messed up in the sense that we don't know which OH is the one that started from the carbonyl. Now, again, remember, the compound knows, we don't know. Okay, if you want to know, you literally would have to go ahead and put that in a different color. Okay, so you know that you don't get rid of it. But really, after you do the cyclization, it's okay if you don't understand, okay, which one it is, all right? But the compound knows, okay? The compound knows. All right, and since I've highlighted that in red now, I'm going to go ahead and keep that to the true form. And so, which means I'm not going to protonate that. I'm going to go ahead and protonate this one. Okay, so that's what happens there. So remember what we're doing, we're forming an ester. Okay, so which means we have to lose water also. So here, or lose water. Okay, so then we have this oxygen right here. So that proton is gone from there. This OH is still here, and this OH is now protonated. So now I need to form the carbonyl, and remember, here is my oxygen with the carbonyl. Okay, so coming back to that, to get rid of the water, that's what we need to do. I'm gonna run out of space because I write so big. And so now we have this. Okay, and water is gone, so minus H2O. And the final step, yeah, I can do this, I promise you. I can write my arrow. There we go. And H2O coming in, picking up this proton right there. And now you have your carbonyl back. Okay, so that's the mechanism for this lactone. So again, remember a few things over here, okay, that this is an internal cyclization, that's for sure, because you're not adding any other alcohol. This is a cyclic ester, so it's a lactone. You lost a molecule of water, okay, so that does happen when you form an ester, because ester is acid-base reaction. So if you want to write the water here, you can write that, okay, for yourself, but otherwise, you know, you're going to lose the water. The alcohol that you have is coming from within the compound, okay, it's not coming externally, so internal cyclization. That's it. I don't know what else to tell, okay, about this mechanism, except that because it's cyclic, sometimes our mind gets turned around, so you have to kind of practice it once or twice to understand it fully.